is SP. I'm right here on the loft with Rich and Wyatt, so salute to them. And it's gonna be a lyric breakdown. They used to write about truth and light. Now they choose to abuse the mic to boost the hype with some views and likes. Quite a few showed promise and faded quick. Others made it and blew the one opportunity they would get. I think a lot of artists kind of have other artists surrounding them. I think not everybody's gonna make it, and I don't think I'm exempt from that rule. But what's important is that you stay true to yourself and you have a goal in mind. And I think, just sitting back with your feet up, chasing girls, chasing, temporary material things, it's not really gonna get you anywhere. Even though everybody wants to live that rock star life, you gotta do the rock star stuff first. Paid to sit and occupy a position of company retail operations system representative assistant to the assistant subdivision district supervisor of some occupation on nobody's trade of interest. Sometimes the corporate America can kind of kill your dreams and tell you there's one way to make money. But there's nothing wrong with working hard, but don't let your dream die. If initially you set out to do something to inspire people, to move someone, then keep working towards that goal. Having a 9-to-5 is not the end. Wishing for any time but now, any place but here. Every case of beer reminds of how many wasted years kept a wider smile on the face of fear. Decent day's work, measly wage. Monotonous is the copy machine stacking a piece of paper. So, just when you're on the grind and you got a boss, family, friends kind of telling you the right path, and you're kind of moving in the direction of the money. You kind of become somebody you're not supposed to be. But that's not growing up. Growing up is believing in yourself. Coffee and cream will wash down something to keep you pace for this week-to-week behavior. You need to seek a savior. I ain't sure what this is supposed to mean. I just hope it brings a spark to start fixing your broken dreams. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Kind of touched on the things people do to sort of stay on the straight and narrow, or at least are perceptive straight and narrow. Doing the things that are expected of us as men and women in the society we're in. But it's mostly pretty artificial, always seeking outward for your direction when it's really inside. Everybody looks outwards. You look inward, you're gonna find a much more vast universe. I dug ditches 15 feet deep, depleted in 103-degree heat, at least to beat the hell out of that TV station, playing infomercials where they replaced me with some bitch that smelled like a Ninja Turtle. That actually happened. And it's kind of off track. I just kind of breezed by it in the song. But man, I remember I worked for KSWT 13. It was a job that I had for a little while, and it was 12 to 12 overnights on weekends. And I was 22 years old, and I was just doing it because I wanted to be involved in the tech side of entertainment, which I am, but it was my first job, and I couldn't believe I got it. And I did whatever they told me to do. If I'm working overnight, all night, it's really just relaying commercials from shows and things, old, washed up shows. And it was all tape as well. It was some kind of DAT tape or something like that. And it seems in hindsight that I was only there while somebody was pregnant. And when she had the kid, she came back and I was gone. But I'll never forget the way she smelled, and I'll just leave it at that. It was rancid. It was putrid. All right. And then I worked as a shop clerk. Price of merchandise, God's work, but a lot worse with no job perks. If I learned one lesson of value for what it's worth, it's this personality. I was never cut out for customer service. I preferred army boots soaked in blood from lugging a rucksack on my shoulders until my toes opened up. As luck had it, I cheated death, avoided the greasy mess of Middle East war when I pieced the ass 3 weeks before the boys left. I did a 4-year term in the Army up here at Fort Drum, and I remember they kept giving us a date to go to Afghanistan. And they kept pushing it back over and over again. They just kept on, every time it was supposed to be, lift off, then boots to the ground. They would set another date for it. They would push it back. They kept pushing it back. And then I left. I PCS'd out the Army, which means I left. Honorable discharge, whatever you want to call it. And as soon as I did that, it was like week of, they got a date, and it was rapid fire. They were off and gone. And a lot of people that I knew didn't come back the same way. They didn't come back in one piece. But I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about that. A side of me kind of wishes that I went, because you don't want to kind of like leave your brothers high and dry and let them go fight without you. When they asked who would want to go, because they were searching for specific people. They ended up sending a bunch of NCOs. But when they asked who wanted to go, I raised my hand, not because I wanted to go, obviously. I mean, nobody wants to go kill a bunch of people you don't know for reasons you don't understand. But I didn't want my brothers to go without me, and that's what ended up happening. Cause they deployed, and I can't even tell them peace be blessed, cause I'm not the one robbed of an easy rest. Soaking wet in cold sweats, dead soldiers, a road that I won't forget is far from over. These dreams ain't broken yet. Like they were always like really encouraging to me. In my platoon, you wouldn't know it, but like my first sergeant, when he found out that I rhymed, and I don't know how he found out, he said, "Miller," that was my name. We all go by last names. "Miller, get up here." I didn't know why he was asking me up there. I thought I was in trouble for something. He said, "I hear you rap." I was like, "What?" And it's in front of the whole platoon, it's like serious business. It's like, "Yeah, do a rap for us." "What do you call it?" Freestyle. So I started freestyling, and I just out of the blue, I started attacking the former Navy NCO in the other platoon, in their sister platoon right there, and they were there listening, and they did, they just, they erupted, they loved it, and I just kind of like kept going and kind of roasting everybody. But I just think it's so cool, that they didn't want me there. They saw something special in me, and they really encouraged me, a lot of them, to go and do that, go and do what I'm meant to do. I appreciate that. Success is measured in milligrams. I will advance long as there's still a chance. Skills enhanced, no longer known for boasting. Most men don't know how to slow the roll, let alone hold control over their own emotion. I think if you learn to control your impulses and your desires, and try to figure out why you have those feelings, as opposed to just pursuing them as they come to you, I think you can control your future, you control your fate, as well as possible, of course. Life is chaos after all. The time will come to find the one undefined underlying light shining bright as the blinding sun. I ain't sure what this is supposed to mean. I just hope it brings a spark to start fixing your broken dreams. Yeah, all in all, I think everybody could contribute a lot more to this world if they look within and listen to their own voice as opposed to other people's voices, and just kind of follow in the direction everybody else is going. You can give a lot more. You can change a lot more lives, and I think advance our human civilization. They used to write about truth and light. Now they choose to abuse the mic to boost their hype with some views and likes. Quite a few showed promise and faded quick. Others made it and blew the one opportunity they would get paid to sit and occupy a position of company retail operations system representative assistant to the sister subdivision district supervisor, or some occupation on nobody's trade of interest. Wishing for any time but now, any place but here. Every case of beer reminds of how many wasted years kept a wider smile on the face of fear. Decent day's work, measly wage. Monotonous is the copy machine stacking a piece of paper. Coffee and cream will wash down something to keep you pace for this week to weak behavior. You need to seek a savior, and I ain't sure what this is supposed to mean. I just hope it brings a spark to start fixing your broken dreams. All right, salute to Rich Vocals, Wyatt holding it down at the loft. This is SP Standpoint. Check out the new album, Brainwaves, coming out on all platforms February 1st, 2023. You can check me out anywhere, Standpoint Music.